Hello everybody. Today I'll be solving OMMC round 1 problem 8 for 2021. So the problem is stated as follows. The function g of x is defined as the square root of x over 2 for all positive x. We have that this complicated expression can be expressed as cosine b in degrees, where b is a degree measure between 0 and 90 degrees, and b equals p over q for coprime positive integers p and q. So you want to find p plus q. So how do you start with a problem like this? Well, the thing that strikes me most about this problem is the cosine here. Why is this cosine here? So when I see cosine, I'm immediately going to think about trigonometry. And how can we use a tool from trigonometry in this problem? Well, the square root of x over 2, that seems sort of familiar, because square root of something over 2, where have we seen that? Well, we've actually seen that in the cosine half angle formula. So what is the cosine half angle formula? Well, you can look up more of the specifics here, but what we need to know about the cosine half angle formula in this problem is that for any acute angle A, we're going to have cosine of A over 2 be equal to square root of the cosine of A plus 1 over 2. And once you see this, once you remember this formula, then you'll see very clearly that things start to look a little bit interesting over here. You're adding 1 to something, then you're dividing by 2, then you're taking the square root of it, and you're repeating this operation on and on and on. And it does seem like the cosine half angle formula is relevant here. So let's go back to the start. So what we want to do to start off is to represent g of 1 over 2 as the cosine of something, because then we can add 1, divide by 2, take the square root of that to find this, right? And then we can apply the cosine half angle formula, and then we're all set. So what does g of 1/2 evaluate to? So it actually turns out that g of 1/2 evaluates to 1 over 2, which is equal to cosine of 60. And now that we have this, see that this is equal to cosine of 60, now everything starts to make sense, because now we can apply the cosine half angle formula. So to start off, we'll work from the inside out. So we'll take it step by step. So g of 1/2 plus 1, this is going to equal g of cosine 60 degrees plus 1, which equals cosine of 30 degrees. Okay? The next step, g of the above expression plus 1, this just equals g of cosine 30 plus 1 equals cosine 15. G of the above expression plus 1, I'm writing a lot of g's here, but g of the above expression plus 1, we apply the cosine half angle formula once again. And for our last iteration, we just take I'll just not write. I'll just write an arrow to show that this goes here. Plus 1 equals g of cosine of 15 over 2 plus 1 equals cosine of 15 over 4 degrees. So what we've done here is that we've applied the half angle identity to cosine of 60 a total of 4 times, right? So that's 1 for each of these g's out here. We don't count this g because this just becomes cosine of 60. So each of these g's counts as like a division by 2, and it counts as an application of the half angle formula. So our final answer is going to be 60 over 16, or cosine. So the degree measure in the cosine function is going to be 60 over 16. So that's equal to 15 over 4 degrees. So our final answer is going to be 15 over 4 degrees. That's what our expression evaluates to. So for the answer extraction, we want to sum 15 and 4. That gives us 19. 19 is our answer, and we are done.